Black Guys with the Mic fam. This episode is powered by BWP Marketing and Hype Voice Creative. If you want to support the show, we would really appreciate that. Head over to our YouTube channel and click the subscribe button. Also, head over to soundcloud.com/3blackguys with the mic and subscribe to our SoundCloud channel. And don't forget to rate and review us on iTunes or wherever you get this podcast. And if you want to support us financially, it's all good. Drop something in our Cash App at 3 Black Guys Mic. And now, let's start the show.
First of all, let me tell you something. Lamont is just full of
Sometimes my mama said, you know, when you don't have nothing nice to say, you should be quiet.
People say that Stephen A. is a coon. You agree with that? Everybody got quiet on that one? Okay, go ahead.
Rudy Giuliani practices voodoo. So he put a voodoo hex on my girl, Hillary, and that's why she got woozy. And the Secret Service had to prop her up and put her in the van.
But take us to a break, my dude.
It was voodoo, son.
I don't know about that voodoo.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, welcome. This is 3 Black Guys with a Mic. What is up? Welcome to 3 Black Guys with a Mic, the podcast where politics and pop culture and hip-hop all meet, debate style. I am your host, Spud, along with my man, Lamont Hayes and MJ Scales. What is the dealio, my nilio?
Yo, hold on, man. Every week, you always say my man, Lamont Hayes. You don't never let me be first. I want to be first.
MJ Scales and Lamont Hayes in the building.
It don't feel as good, though.
Damn.
You don't have to say, you got to say it with feeling, baby.
I know we got a little bit of a format, but when is this COVID-19 going to be over, man?
Yo, dog, I'm so glad you, listen, man. I'm trying to be positive. You know what I'm saying? I am positive. I'm glad to see that a lot of places are flattening out. I'm a little nervous from people opening up. I get it. I'm also getting it. I hate to say this, man, but, you know, Spud, man, I had a long talk today with our guy, Greg Baker. And shout out to Greg Baker. He just celebrated his 50th birthday.
What up, Greg Baker?
These 50s is out here. It's getting crowded, but, you know, he gave me a real big economic lesson in certain parts of the country, and I'm like, I'm still nervous out here, bro. I was in Manhattan today, like, nervous. Like, just don't feel right. Something ain't right.
I mean, you know, I was watching the news today, and, you know, the governor in Michigan was like, you know, okay, we relaxing the restrictions up in the Upper Peninsula, and, you know, y'all could go if y'all got a little second home, but wear your mask. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, I'm not going nowhere. I don't know what to do.
Yo, this past...
I don't know what to do. I don't know. I'm so confused on should I go outside? Should I not go outside? When is this? Can we get some clarity, man?
This past weekend, Virginia Beach, which is like 20 minutes from here, was like flooded. I was like, yo, they poised for an outbreak. It's about to go down in Virginia. It's a real problem.
They didn't have any masks, man? They wasn't.
There was nobody out there. I mean, my homie said he was out there. And he said he saw like a handful of people with masks, but there was tens of thousands of people out there, I'm sure.
I mean, you go, you know, outside. There's no mask outside. Nobody got no mask on.
Mask off.
Well, not and I will say in Manhattan, even in a lot of places in Jersey, everywhere you go, you got a mask. And I hate to say it, but I kind of got used to the mask. But can we talk about, you know, and I know I'm supposed to be in my feelings, but since we just open talk right now, you know, I went to go get some coffee, and I posted this on
my
social. Huh?
You the problem.
What do you mean I'm the problem?
Making coffee at home.
No, you can't do that. You need a fresh bagel with your coffee, my guy. You need a little poppy seed. Come on.
Get you a little COVID with that. Mix you a little COVID on top. Yeah.
No, you go with your mask on. They got the glass, everything. So I go there and to get my coffee, my bagel, poppy seed, a little bit of butter on there. I got my paper. I'm going to sit out and read my Wall Street Journal, have my bagel and my coffee.
Sit out and read your what? Carry your ass home.
No. So you know what to do? The kid, he hit the damn senior citizen button and gave me a discount, bro.
You know, knocking on the AARP box.
Yo, dog. You not going, and it happened so fast, I didn't know what to do. I was like, so I gave him my little thing, let him scan, to give him a little points or whatever. But then I got back and was like, wait a minute. Do I look like a senior citizen? Did I look like I needed a discount? Like, what are we doing out here, bro? Like, did the COVID-19 get to this little kid's brain that he didn't know that he could have been offended? You know, like me and my sensitive feelings.
Why can't you just be appreciative of the, why can't you be appreciative of the discount?
A senior citizen discount?
Yo, man, Lamont, maybe you looking like that.
Yo, dog, I had on my mask. I had my little Ray-Bans on. I'm trying to look cool. My hair was cut low. I'm trying to look like I'm young out here. You feel me? Like, what?
Yeah, well, I'm just going to just say Ray-Bans and a mask.
That ain't it.
That ain't it. Listen, let's get to the show. Quick reminder before we get into it. If you're watching this live right now, make sure you share this episode with your friends right now. This is how we grow the podcast. If you are on YouTube, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. Bing! And subscribe to this channel. We do this every Monday at 7 p.m. Also, go to soundcloud.com/3blackguys with the mic and subscribe to our SoundCloud channel. And when you go to iTunes, if you're listening to us on iTunes, rate and review this podcast so more people could be able to hear Three Black Guys with the mic. All right? If you want to support us financially, you can do that by going to our Cash App. Go on the Cash App /3blackguys. Did I say that right? It's Three Black Guys Mike. It's not Three Black Guys.
Three Black Guys Mike.
No wonder we ain't getting no payments.
What do you mean? No. Actually, we did get a few. We got to talk about that. They went straight to the accountant. We'll in our production meeting, we'll talk about that.
I don't want to talk about it in the production meeting. I want to talk about it in the financial review meeting. The financial meeting. That's the meeting I want to come to.
So keep the Cash Apps coming because this is not, okay. And let's move on.
Yeah, keep the Cash App coming so Lamont can continue to go to Dunkin' Donuts and get his senior citizen discount for his coffee.
He winning all over. Lamont winning all over.
Yo, dude hurt my heart with that. Like, and
watching us live, we would love to get your response. Thank you so very much. We want to hear from you about this topic, on all the topics that we discussed today. But we want to start out with talking about unemployment. And is it lazy or is it smart? So for those who are in the city of Detroit, and if you're not, then there's a restaurant here in the city of Detroit. It is called Lee Culture, which is a African-American owned restaurant. Very nice. Food is fantastic. Black owned. Shout out to the guy who, owns it. But he kind of had a bit of an issue with an employee. And so one of the employees, he asked one of the employees to come back. And the employee said, why would I come back to work right now? And I'm making more money on unemployment than I am working for you right now. And so he went off and he said, it's one thing to say that you don't want to work because you're scared or you don't want to get, sick. And he said he respect that, because of getting unemployment, but it is not another thing to say that I don't want to work because I'm getting unemployment. That is just lazy, and you will always be a part of welfare, is what he said. So it made me start thinking like, well, if you're getting unemployment at this moment and you're making more money than what you were making before, are you being smart or are you just being lazy? Somebody, anybody.
If you're on unemployment right now, and it pays better than the job that you had, you just need a better job, and you gotta work your way out of the rut you're in. Because in Virginia right now, I think unemployment is maxing out for people around $800 a week. And that's nothing to be ashamed of if that's where you are. People need help out here. And some people don't have a skill set that allows them to have a job that makes, $1,200 a week or $2,300 or whatever it may be. But if your long-term plan is to remain on unemployment, you need to find a better job.
See, man, here's my beef. I also make sure I had this this math. 800 a week, that's 41 G's a year. That's 41.6.
Making $12 an hour.
Huh?
Some people out here making $12 an hour on their full-time job.
That's what I'm saying. So Maynard just said
people with degrees. These are people with
right. So Maynard, my issue what you just said though, if you have two people in the household making 41, that's 82 stacks a year. Now we know that you drink blue, and for those that are watching and they'll be listening later, that's Johnny Walker Blue. That bottle that's like $300-400 a bottle.
It's $200, $229 a bottle, Lamont.
How much?
$229.
$229.
Yes.
Okay, so everybody not moving like you. Okay, fine.
But
what I'm saying is, and I was trying to hold this in, is like, they already didn't give us our reparations. We never got that 40 acres. We didn't get that yield. So for 39 weeks, if somebody want to be able to get, but that's still a 52 weeks, but for 39 weeks and you can get that 600 or 800 or whatever it may be, and then if you're super smart, you can Google this. Harvard, there's so many institutions that are doing free online classes. I would sit at the crib, get unemployment, and take an online class to do something to kind of better myself. You feel what I'm saying? So I kind of got an issue with him taking that position because if I'm not mistaken, Spud, that's the restaurant over there on 7 Mile, right?
No, this is now in the Harmony Park area, but it was on Gratiot.
Okay, I'm not familiar with the restaurant, but to the owner, no disrespect, that's kind of a little one-sided because I get it that he needs his employee. Because to me, in my opinion, and as we just saw, what's the difference between somebody getting 600, 800 a week or whatever, and Ruth Chris getting that 20 million from the PPE or the CCD or whatever it was? It's the same thing. Is it not, Maynard?
No, it's not. Because this is all I'm saying about it. Does Ruth Chris deserve that money? I don't believe so. If part of what you're saying is that Ruth Chris should not have gotten all that money, I agree with that. But what I am saying is, being on unemployment, and you did make mention of it. In fact, we're saying a lot of the same things. It's not a long-term plan. This is not what's going to carry you forward. In addition to being on unemployment, you may have challenges having benefits, paying for medical expenses and the like. In addition to that, you may have a hard time, if you don't have great discipline, figuring out how to put money into a savings program, a 401k or whatever the case may be, because you just getting a check is coming to you. And a lot of times, the honest truth is if employers don't take money out of your check and put it in your 401k, many people would not do it. And that's just, that's part of it. In addition to all of that, you very well may find yourself not paying the appropriate amount of tax and then find that you have a tax burden coming into the next year with no money in the bank. So unemployment is great because people need help. I understand that. Some people need more help than others. But if you find yourself thinking that this is I'm about to ride this horse.
Yeah, but shouldn't you be riding it for 39 weeks?
Right.
See, what you're saying, Maynard, is accurate. But let's just go here. You have a master's degree.
That has nothing to do with it.
Right? So let's not, and this is not to diss anybody who has a master's degree or whatever your education level is or not. These are people, and this is not just part-time people. These are full-time people. These are people who have degrees. These are people. These are people who have been messed up by the economy, right? By the pandemic. So, if somebody says to you, if your job says to you, okay, here's a better example. You fell at your job. You fall, you can't work. Disability giving you 120 stacks. You make 80 stacks.
If I fell and I could
80 stacks.
Hold on. If I fallen and I can't get up,
huh?
If I fallen and I can't get up, I'm calling Jacoby and Myers. I'm getting my money stacks on. But that's because I got hurt at work.
And look, if Jacoby and Myers or Sam Bernstein or
Jeffrey Feiger
or Hayes and Hayes, whoever says, look, don't you do anything. Sit your butt down, collect this check, and be good with it.
Now your ego might be like, yo, dang, I'm sitting here, I'm getting more money, I shouldn't be.
But you know what that sounds like, Maynard. I mean,
different.
Maynard is going against, what some would call the American way. The American way is about how to get this money. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Right? You're not robbing, you're not stealing, you are unemployed, you are infected by the pandemic, and it's there. But Maynard, he wants us to go out there into the field and go chop some more cotton and put it in the bag and go put it up on the weigh scale. So Master can say, good job, you did 12 pounds of cotton today. Go give me 22 tomorrow.
Django, I can't stand you, Django. I'm going to get your ass, Django.
No, if Maynard was saying that.
So and again, I'll be honest with you, as someone who I always tell the story about when I was in college and I tried to get food stamps. And I never forget the lady told me, son, you don't need food stamps. You need to learn how to budget your money better. And me having a particular opinion about unemployment, but this pandemic has shown me from people that I know, like Maynard, like this has really helped a lot of people for real. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them have said, yo, I'm making more money now than when I was working. So I might as well ride the 39 weeks out. If I'm not mistaken, they just extended the one PUA or PE, something that somebody told me that now they get that until the end of the year instead of whatever the window was before. So, I mean, for some people, it's helping them catch up.
And I'm for all of that. Listen, if you need unemployment, you should take the unemployment. And while you're unemployed, if there's a way for you to get a job that pays better than your unemployment or better than your previous job, take it. But if you think that your path to success is remaining on unemployment, I'm sorry, that's wrong. In fact, trust and believe one thing, as much as they're extending the unemployment, there's a lot of people out there who are saying, I can't stand the fact that these people are getting unemployment.
But let's get into the context of this conversation. Is this guy lazy or is he being smart? His job laid him off. He got unemployment. The job said, hey, we about to get back rocking. We want you to come back. He said, no. The owner called him lazy, said he's always going to be on welfare. So is this a smart move or is this a lazy move?
Again, I think short-term financially, and I'm going to go with still a little bit of Maynard, is smart. And actually, he's looking out for his household. Because what we don't know is maybe he has kids that, he was spending $300 a week on childcare or catching a bus or putting gas in his car. I mean, we don't know. He could have an ailing relative or spouse that he could spend some time and take care of them as they may be in their last leg of life. I mean, like, yo, dog, like, to make a blanket statement that he could always been on welfare, obviously that's wrong because shit, he worked for that person. You know what I mean? So that, I say ride with the 39. If that's going to help him.
Everybody who just joined in with us, thank you so very much for tuning in to Three Black Guys with the Mic. Make sure you share this episode with your friends. Share it on your page so that way more people can see it. We're going to move on to PP loans and banking. Lamar hit me today and said, we need to talk about banking and loans. So we're moving on from unemployment to banking and loans. I saw you posted Robert Powell, is that his name? What's the boy?
Oh my God, you got me messed up. The Morehouse guy. Come on, Maynard. What's his name?
Oh, the guy who gave the billions out?
Yeah. Well, not
Smith.
the billions.
Robert
He's a billionaire.
Smith.
Yeah, Robert Smith. Yeah, he's been doing the PR rounds lately, and he said some stuff on I think it was Meet the Press. That was actually quite interesting. He talked about banking deserts, which I had never heard that term before in reference to food deserts, how in the Black community where there's a large percentage of independent contractors, small businesses, but they just don't have great banking relationships. And a lot of them, hell, they don't even have a bank account or a business bank account. And he started talking about how that was one of the reasons why there was a large, gap in a lot of those PPE loans getting to, African Americans or African American business, because a lot of people are still going to the check cashing place or to the liquor store to cash their checks. So I just want us to talk about, like, is that still going on? Because I ain't gonna front. Maybe I'm far removed. I just automatically thought if you got a small business, you got a small business account. So you got a relationship with a bank or credit union or some other financial institution that, that helps do your payroll, you know what I mean? Or helps with your taxes or what other banking needs, or if you might need a loan or whatever. So am I wrong? Was this stats correct? Like, are we dry in the hood like that?
Yo, it's a real thing. It is much like food deserts. I remember working in Detroit at the Radio 1 complex. We were at 3250 Franklin, right? On Jefferson was a Bank One with an ATM machine. You had to go swipe the card to go in. In the Penobscot building and a couple other buildings in downtown Detroit, there were full-service banks inside of larger buildings. Once you kind of got past downtown Detroit, you were going to drive a great distance before you came across another full-service bank. You would probably mess around and go probably past 8 Mile before you found another full-service. Now, don't not mind rush what I'm saying. Full-service bank. And as a result of not having full-service retail banks, it's not just hurting small businesses who don't have the luxury of having a full-service retail bank. But what it does do, as Lamont said, it drives people to go and cash their check at the liquor store, at the party, convenience store, or whatever. It also makes people who just need to I need $20 just to be, secure in the street right now. I got to go and stop and do some things. I got to go to the mini bank ATM at the convenience store and pay $3 to get access to 20. And this is part of the systemic issues regarding the racial wealth gap, and also how these are what people often refer to as vampire fees. They just suck the blood out of your bank account. So you would find yourself spending more money going to ATM machines. You find yourself not having a good relationship with the bank, not understanding financial products. And where we understand where wealth is created, access is probably the most important first step. You have to have access. And without access, the rest of it is immaterial.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, from what I understanding that loan process, and I just read this the other day, they're talking about doing a second round of loans. Like, if you don't have a relationship with a financial institution, you going to the SBA.gov website don't mean nothing because it's going straight to the bank. You know what I'm saying? They're
Right.
the ones that are distributing the funds. They're the they're middlemaning the thing to make it more easier to you to get access to those funds. So I get it. I understand, some people look at banks as being very, expensive to a bank account to maintain. But that's also why I'm a fan, a super fan. I got a few at regular banks, but also a few accounts at, a couple credit unions that they don't charge you damn near any fees for anything. They just want you to keep a little cash in there or whatever. But it's like, when I need certain other banking services, like if I need something notarized, I know I always go to the credit union and all our documents are done for free. You know what I mean? So I thought that was important, that I think, again, with all of the small business conversation and as we try to navigate this COVID-15, sometimes it's just about going to get $20 of that $1,200 that you might get, or even that, the unemployment, and go get a bank account. Because those numbers, what I heard, they were really, really scary in the African-American community, how many people still do not have bank accounts.
Let me add one thing to it. There are lots of people. First of all, we have to start thinking, people in general, but African Americans, we got to start thinking about processing and having the idea of delayed gratification, meaning that we don't get things right now. And so what we did not understand for a long time is that the rapid refund people, because this ties in, because that is a financial product, that people were going to the tax guy, get the cash to do their taxes, and because they were getting a refund, they wanted their money now. And that guy is giving you a loan, and he's taking a piece of your refund he's keeping for himself. The same way if
But wait, but Maynard, but the problem is they didn't call it a loan. They called it a rapid refund.
Okay, but we have to know we have to understand the products we use. But this is what happened. This was an interesting thing that happened. It was just a fluke of chance that there are lots of people who were using these financial institutions. The direct deposit that they signed up for, in fact, went to the rapid refund people. They gave you money in advance, and then they received your check. So then when this whole stimulus money came out, they were basically sending it back down the exact same channels that they had previously, which was the rapid refund people. The rapid refund people got your stimulus money, but they didn't have a means to actually distribute your stimulus money. Mm-hmm. So they were sending it back to the government, and then the government was trying to figure out how to send it to you, but you didn't have a checking account.
Right.
So we have to establish accounts. And if you have to do two accounts where you have, an account that is your play account, an account that's your serious, let me, pay all my bills accounts. It's kind of like how you can have, a couple of, you got that one email address, Lamont, you got that one email address, this Lamont, hot, sexy Lamont 69 at Gmail.
Oh, my guy.
That OnlyFans.com.
Yeah, that's the OnlyFans joint.
Lamont at OnlyFans.
That's what we promoting out here.
69.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, but
then you got to have the business account.
I mean, this is the education issue, because, no, let me take that back. This is a survival issue. Most people can't survive, and I don't want to say where it's from. It could be due to a lack of responsibility, whatever the case may be. But, we've all been, let me speak for myself. I have been in a situation before where through college, I got 50,000, credit cards. And then I had to go and, my bank is overdrawn and and then they closed the account. And I got to cash my check. And now I got to go to, the store down the street and so forth and so on. And then those fees just continue to pile up, and I can't climb myself out of that mess, which is the biggest issue. And so financial education and literacy is what it's really all about. And I guess going back to, your point, man, it is about delayed gratification. It's about being smart with your money and not feeling like, oh, I got $500 in, $520 got to go out. What's that old saying? Right. My check is already accounted for before I even cash that boy.
Right.
So you got a lot of people out here who don't even, they can't even climb into the banking system. Second, a lot of people don't even trust having a bank. A lot of people don't want to have a bank. A lot of people just want to shoebox it and mattress it.
But I think you can do both. But can I ask you a question, Spud and Maynard? And nobody could ever explain this to me. Why is it that you can go to the bank, right? And you can go to the ATM, and let's say you got $300 in the bank in your savings account, but you want to take out $350. Why does the ATM machine says you can take out $350, but I'm going to charge you $35 to get that extra $30 or whatever it is on top of that? Like people can't see that that's like the trap. Like the machine is telling you that you don't have enough, but I'm going to give it to you anyway.
My bank don't do that, but okay. I mean,
if you ain't got $350, you ain't got $350, boy.
And again, maybe they don't do that anymore, but I remember people used to tell me that you could do that. Like the bank would let you overdraw money. I was like, really?
So remember this, I worked at a bank for a bunch of years when I was younger, and I understood one thing, that the bank, they make their money on fees, right? Interest is great, but fees, man, that's just stealing money in so many instances. And they put these traps there. It's a game. When you play Monopoly, you got to mess around and not land on certain things, or you got to pay fees. Understand the rules of the game. You understand how to win. And we got to think to ourselves, how can I win? Overdrawing your account, it can happen. And it happens to everybody at some time in their life. Even the most financially sound people have in their life has made mistakes and done it. And there's nothing to be ashamed of. You just got to correct that. You got to correct that. Sometimes you're in a position where, You know, I remember it was 2-3 years ago. I thought I was getting smart. All my auto payments were coming out, and I was auto paying, and then I was paying by hand too, and I, didn't know this one and that one, and I got mixed up. Okay, no big deal. So you make a correction, you figure it out. Once you get past that, again, we were talking about is delayed gratification. Credit cards are an avoidance of delayed gratification. That means that credit cards will let you go out and spend money that you don't have in many instances, just so you can be like, I'm flossing, I'm shining out here. Do we still say shining?
No, that's that's over, Maynard. We don't shine anymore, my guy.
Ain't no flossing no more.
Get the oil off my head now. We don't shine, Maynard. No.
How about flossing?
No flossing neither.
No flossing.
Yeah. That's kind of dead, my guy.
Can we be on fleek anymore? Is that?
No, that was like 2012.
Yeah.
Well, put me up on game. I mean, I ain't got an OnlyFans account. I ain't up on game.
And you don't have a TikTok. I need you to get a TikTok, my guy.
I got a TikTok account. I got a TikTok account.
Okay, that's fun times.
Let's move on and let's see why Lamont is in his feelings.
Oh, wait a minute. Before we let Lamont get in his feelings, let's do it right.
Feelings. Lamont is in his feelings.
Why are you in your feelings, my brother?
I mean, I hate to tell. I'm not really in my feelings, man. I vented already about the AARP, man. I think I'm in my feelings about everybody just not respecting the COVID-19. Even some of my good friends, I don't want to name of them because a couple of them probably watching this now or watch it later, and the whole conspiracy this and it's the government and you're dumb if you think this is the X, Y, and Z. I don't know what it is, but what I do know is there are people that I know and love that have died. And COVID-19 is real. So whether you believe like it's a conspiracy thing or not, just put a mask on. Like, just wash your hands. Just social distance. Do something. It's just like, let's figure out, I always say history is the best teacher. This isn't our first rodeo, in this country. We've had a lot of other pandemics. We've gotten through them like we'll get through this. But the reality is that, and whether the numbers are right or wrong, 80,000 people have died. It's funny how the numbers always round. So it may be a little up or a little down, but a lot of people have passed away from this COVID-19. So my thing is that no matter what Donald says, no matter how many pills he pops, because I think he said this morning he's taking Claritin, Clor, whatever the hell it is, and no matter what Big Gretch and her buffs are saying it's okay to go outside, let's just use some common sense, man. Let's just, again, try to figure out how the next few months, because the way that we lived before is not the way that we're going to live moving forward. I don't know if it's going to be masked forever and ever, but don't run up on me. Wash your hands and just back up. Period. That's all I got, man.
Don't run up on you?
Just don't run up on me. Well, first of all, you shouldn't be running up on me anyway. I got something hot for you. You know what I mean? Like, that don't change.
Hey, man. Chill out.
That's how you...
What?
Fine, man.
Okay.
Peace,
I told you I just
brother,
left PA.
peace.
I ain't supposed to talk about that. Right. I got something for you.
Anyways, so, let's talk about BWP Marketing and, what you and your team do over there at BWP Marketing and how you can help them take their music career to the next level, my man.
We over here getting records played. As we say every week, our number one goal is about artist awareness. That awareness can come in many different forms. A lot of people have been paying attention to the guy with the rainbow hair and his latest rants about what's important and what's not important. And what I tell everybody, just pay attention. It's about awareness. It's about being online. It's about Instagram. It's about Facebook. It's about TikTok. It's about Twitch. But it's also about being on the radio. It's also about being on certain, satellite platforms. It's just about getting awareness for your musical product anywhere and everywhere. And that's what we do at BWP Marketing. We've been doing this thing 25 plus years now. We got a pretty cool client list. You know what I mean? A lot of stuff we don't talk about. We keep it quiet. Some of the big boys have assigned NDAs, but that's okay as well. So we tell everybody, we're here to help. You can get more information. Just go to the website at www.bwpmarketing.com. At the top, you can hit the contact tab, fill out the information. In the subject line, you can put 3 Black Guys with a Mic. Got a little something. We'll send in an email that'll definitely help you as an artist as you're trying to navigate this, as we call post-COVID-19, because we want to start using post as we're starting to come through it, because the landscape has changed and it's continued to change by the day. So again, the website is www.bwpmarketing.com. Click the contact tab, fill it out, send in, what am I trying to say? If I don't get at you, somebody will get at you. That's good? Good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for Care or Don't Care.
We don't have an intro for that.
That's my intro. That is some bull.
Do we have a Care or Don't Care intro?
Yes, we do, man.
I didn't
We
catch
gotta have
that
another
in the
production meeting.
I'm
Gotta have
sorry.
another production meeting.
Anyways, if you're just tuning in, thank you so very much for tuning in to 3 Black Guys with the Mic. Share this episode with your friends. Hit the thumbs up button on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Shout out to Danielle who checked in. Shout out to my man Rick Party who checked in. Frank Williams is on with us as well, and everybody else who has checked in. I want to do a little bit something. I want to do something different today. Instead of doing Care or Don't Care, I want to talk about who should be released, because there's a lot of people who are being released from prison right now, and then there's a lot of people who are not being released. Michael Cohen's being released. Paul Manafort is being released. California let 3,500 out. So there's a couple of people who's still on the sit down, and I just want to ask, who should be released? So if you're listening to us or watching us live, let us know if this person should be released or should they stay their black ass in jail or they white ass.
Wait a minute. What? First of all, Maynard, were you in the production meeting? Did I miss something?
No, you didn't miss anything.
And then why does it have to be the black asses? Are there going to be some white asses in this list?
White asses too.
Okay, cool, good.
First person.
Equal color asses.
The first person on the who should be released list, Kodak Black. You don't want Kodak Black to get released from prison?
Kodak Black, somebody should put a little bit of money on your books, but you need to stay where you are.
I mean, let's keep it a buck. If I remember correctly, he's had a few bites at the apple. Am I right? Went in, came out a couple more times, maybe, possibly. I'm good. He can stay.
Jeez.
I can't even get it right.
Uncle Bill. What about Bill Cosby? Should Bill Cosby come home or no?
Got to bring Bill on home, baby.
Why?
He's an old man, and if he dies, if he's exposed to coronavirus, it will kill him. That's cruel and unusual punishment. He's got to come home. Got to come home. Bill deserves to come home.
How many more Bill got to go?
I don't know. Too many.
Bill got a minute.
I mean, he can come home. Well, it's whatever.
Don't sound so excited, Lamar.
Why are you at Bill Hader?
It's not about. I mean, Bill lived his life. He did. He's good. He has more behind him than he has ahead of him. How about that?
Harvey Weinstein.
He just got there. He need to stick it out for a little while.
He
just got there.
Harvey can chill. He can chill. He good.
Harvey just got there.
Chill. Yeah, he good.
Let's sit down for a minute.
Sit down.
Suge Knight.
Nah, Sugar Bear got to stay in there. I'm sorry. Sugar Bear got to stay. Sugar Bear been on some bullshit for a minute. Let's keep it a buck.
Hey, don't put that. Yo, it's schools out here in the sugar. I don't need that smoke.
No, it's all good. I'm telling you what it is. Listen, I always had a thing about Suge Knight because he's one of those stories that he really did. From his environment, the way he grew up in his community, he had it all for real. Like, even on the outside of the death row thing, from what I understand, a lot of things that he did great in the community. He was a positive influence, for a lot of people. But then he just I think the brother had some demons or something that he just couldn't act right. And he dodged a lot of bullets, but kept slipping. So he good. He can stay.
Michael Cohen.
I mean,
Yo, Mike, he should come out like after 4th of July. Like, sit for a minute around July 15th. Let him sneak out in the middle of the night. You know what I'm saying?
okay, but wait a minute. Let me get it right. But Michael was the one that snitched on Donald, right? But wasn't it his man?
He's the one who told it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, he'll be out in a minute. That's how Donald get down. I'm not mad at it. He'll be out in a minute.
Last one, the king of R&B.
Whoa, hold up, my guy. So we don't go through this list and we ain't gonna talk about KK?
Who's KK?
Kwame Kilpatrick? We can't let Kwame get out?
Got to that one yet.
Oh, you said the last one. I'm like, hold up, my man. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Who you got?
Well, now you might as well say it now. Kwame Kilpatrick.
No, he didn't come home immediately.
But you talking about Aura Kelly right now. Aura?
I mean, he peed on them girls, bro.
Whoa.
I mean, he literally pissed on a girl, bro. Let's keep it a style.
That's a legend.
No, I saw the tape, bro.
Yeah, but that was his brother.
Huh?
That was his brother.
No,
Well, normally I don't do
Robert.
this, but let's go ahead and drop the remix.
Robert looked at the tape and was like, it's the remix to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen. Psst, he peed. And Robert got smokers. You can't, and that's why I say you have to, and all my Chicago homies, we'll have this conversation later, is you have to separate Robert Kelly and R. Kelly. Those are two different people.
Yo,
Robert Kelly pissed on that little girl, bro.
Look, I was with some friends and some R. Kelly songs came on. I couldn't front. I mean, the music is dope.
No, smokers.
Smoke.
Hands down.
And I'm not going to be one of these people talking about, I can't listen to any of his music no more.
No.
But you took good aim to pee on somebody, my dude.
He peed on somebody. He peed, and again, if peeing,
Wait a minute.
what?
Peeing on somebody is a sexual act, though.
Well, he peed. No, so look,
If
he
it's an
peed on.
adult.
It's not that he peed on somebody. He peed on
Yeah,
a
he didn't
child.
An adult. Yes.
He had sex with
if
children.
you're gonna piss, bud, you got to pee on an adult. Period.
You know what Biggie said? So she was like, shit on me. And so, so I'm shitting on her, right?
Yo, Big did say that, right? So that's all I'm saying.
So I'm
there was
shitting
a
on her,
child,
right?
bro. Like, that's just, you can't do that.
Frank hit him with the drip, drip, drip.
Right.
Kwame definitely needs to come on.
Yeah,
I'm looking at Michael Cohen, though. I don't think that Kwame needs to come home just yet. He got
What?
no. Kwame needs to come home right now.
No, he should. But here's what's scary, and I was just reading this the other day, because I was looking at his sentencing guidelines and other people who had similar cases. There was one guy in Ohio, I forgot what municipality it was, but he got a really stiff sentence of 28 years as well. So I don't want to say that there's a precedent or whatever, but that 28 was strong. But he shouldn't. There's no way that my man should be doing.
Damn it, Kwame Kilpatrick needs to be let out. There ain't been a party in the city of Detroit since he's been gone, like the Kwame Kilpatrick parties. I'm moving back to Detroit if Kwame comes back and puts on a party, because I need to get me some party time.
What kind of party? What are you talking about?
You know Kwame was in the party.
No,
I was
what was it?
Wednesday night. That's all I'm saying. Wednesday nights.
No, it was not. The party are you talking about? A Half Pass or Club Network back in the day?
No.
What are you talking about?
I can't disclose, Lamar. I'm sorry.
Do us a favor, man. Hit the thumbs up button if you're watching us on Facebook. Hit the thumbs up button if you're watching us on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. President Barack Obama did his commencement speech, which was a very great speech, in my opinion. He did throw some shots at the White House. What are you guys' thoughts on the president's commencement speech? Obamagate.
So, did you see or did you hear the speech, Maynard? Because I just went for the clips. I didn't want to give B-Rock 10 minutes.
I saw pieces of the speech that I turned around. I downloaded the transcript of the speech and I've read it multiple times to find out what horrible and egregious things that Barack Obama said about Donald Trump. I was looking for him, calling him, Cheeto Man or Orange doofus or calling him stupid or something, and I didn't see it. The way I see it, first of all, step one, he made mention that there are people who are in charge. There are people who are in positions and they act like they don't even want to be in charge. And that's paraphrasing. They don't even know the right questions to ask, let alone understand how to get to the answers. Again, paraphrasing. My journalism classes when I was in school in communications law, they say proof is truth. If it's true, it's true. We have to look at where we are. And this man, Donald Trump, said, "Oh, the virus is going to magically disappear. Oh, it's one person. We're going to get that under control. Okay, it's 15 people, but I'm making America great again. It's going to magically disappear. When it gets warm, it's going to go away." He has said, just with this particular pandemic issue, just with this thing, not the 70,000 other things he's done that have been dumb over a long period of time, but with just this thing, he has had 15 absolute blunders that have led to people dying. We lead the world. America, according to him, is great because we lead the world in the number of cases and the number of deaths. Is that what we want to be known for? And if you out here talking about drugs that are not proven, or you talking about drinking disinfectant and shining lights on people, and he need to get shot at. Not shot at, excuse me. He need to take on some.
I'm sorry,
all those verbal shots.
Maynard, can we get the short version? This feels like a cactus. But you're right.
I'm in my feelings
honestly,
too sometimes,
truly,
Lamar. I'm in my feelings.
I think Michelle wrote it.
Huh?
It feels like Michelle. That wasn't Barack talking. That was Michelle. And I'm not mad. I get it, bruh. They was at the crib. He probably over there eating a Italian beef sandwich. Like, hey, yo, Michelle, I got to go get on this Zoom call real quick. You want to write something for me? Yeah, you don't mess with Italian beef?
I just was saying, that was the former president being Italian beef.
Yo, dog. Listen,
it's a Chicago
only
thing.
Because I'm married to somebody from Chicago that I understand the Italian fiesta talk, the Italian beef talk. That's how they get down over there. You know what I'm saying?
Italian beef with the peppers and the onions,
Yeah, you got to have that.
But see, here's the thing, and I was trying to explain to my neighbor just the other day. One of the things that Barack did, it was, first of all, make no mistake, that speech was written, they tested it, they thought about it, they tested it. He did something that was strategic. Most times, when in the presidential campaign, the vice presidential pick is supposed to be the attack dog. But we have not gotten to the point where we have a vice presidential pick. And so Barack played the attack route on a high level, right? He didn't get down in the mud where Trump is. And then what happened? Trump responded to him. So now Trump is all in his feelings about Barack, and he's off his game, thinking about, angering about, talking about, shooting at, discussing Barack Obama. Oh, he's incompetent. That's called projecting, and also it's called admitting. You're admitting that when you say somebody else is something, you know what they say, when you dating a woman or you with somebody and you be like, yo, I think you cheating on me. And normally they be like, no, why would you say that? Is there something that you want to confess? He's calling Barack incompetent. Are you really trying to confess something about yourself, Donald Trump? Is that what's really happening?
I don't think that, I think we all kind of see clearly what Donald Trump is.
God bless Donald. God bless him.
Bless the Donald, but
bless it.
There's an episode, I don't know if you guys have watched Entourage, one of my favorite shows, but there's an episode in there where Billy, I forgot his name anyway. They were doing this big movie, and the guy
Queens Boulevard.
He was just spiraling out of control because he could not handle that level of pressure. He could not perform at that level, because he never did that type of movie before. Studio money and the whole 9 yards. He was just an independent, and so he just was like having a nervous breakdown. And that's what I feel Donald is. Donald is just kind of like, at the point to where this is just too big of an assignment for him to take on. And now he is at the point of where we know what the antics are. We know what his playbook is. We already know what his, what the game plan is, and he just is spiraling out of control, man. He's just spiraling. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the cactus of the week. This is where somebody said something very stupid and they have to choke on their words. Maynard, who is getting the cactus?
I hate to say it, Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh gets the cactus this week. Rush Limbaugh is deserving of cactus on a regular basis. He certainly is. But this particular week, Rush Limbaugh has been out here beating the drum on foolishness for a good little while. Can I list all the things that Rush Limbaugh has said that brought him to the point where he deserves the cactus? I probably couldn't. He compared the coronavirus to the common cold. That's one reason why he gets the cactus. It's not the common cold. And for a man, Rush Limbaugh, who has advanced lung cancer, he should know that if he came down with the coronavirus, it would literally take him out. So Rush Limbaugh, let's start with that. Step one, that's a bad thing. You can't say those kinds of things because you're an idiot. So number two, Rush Limbaugh gets the cactus for general purposes because of all the things he said in the past, whether he's talked about and he's reused these dog whistles, welfare queens, the entitlements that people get. He continues to say that. How Donald Trump decided to give this man the Medal of Freedom, I do not know. But I will say this. You received the Medal of Freedom from Donald Trump, but sir, today you get some cactus.
You're welcome to dine on our finest cactus.
What's wrong with welfare queen?
I like welfare queen.
I'm just asking, what's wrong with welfare queen?
Yeah, I like that.
Whoa, what the hell was that? Both of y'all get some cactus for that.
I mean, what's wrong with welfare queen? I'm serious.
That is a blatant dog whistle. Another thing that Rush Limbaugh basically said, and he's queuing this up, saying that we are headed to a veritable civil war this year. And what this does is it just sends the Michigan militia folks up to go see Big Gretch. It's making them go to see Governor Northam. It's really putting us in a scenario where it's got to be somehow us against them or them against us. And that's not good for the country. Cannot grow if we are constantly finding ways to be separate. A house divided against itself cannot stand. I think that was a Lincolnism.
Wow. Hey man, can I say this? And I'm with you 100%, but I just got a text, and I think we want to say peace and condolences to the family of Babyface. His brother Melvin just passed away, 65 years old.
Oh man, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, somebody just texted me. So again, we gotta take care of ourselves out here, man. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
I don't know if it was COVID or not. Somebody just texted me and was like, "Yo, Lamont, Melvin passed." It's like, wow.
Now, which one is Melvin? Is he the one in the group?
I think he was the older. And I could be wrong. I thought he was the older brother.
Okay. Well, 65.
65, yeah, because Babyface is not. Yeah, Babyface is not up there. So yeah, I think he is the oldest.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
that's very unfortunate.
So, those are some good people that I know. You know what I mean? So.
All right. Well, on that note, we will end it. We will go on up to yonder.
Wow, that wasn't happy. You want to do that again, Maynard?
I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry. That's not what I meant.
I'm climbing up on the rough side.
Well, if we can, I don't know, should we just intro or outro hit the thumbs up button, hit subscribe, share,
I didn't mean that. Listen, thank you so very much for watching this episode of Three Black Guys with the Mic. do us a favor. Go to YouTube. Go to our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, type in 3 Black Guys with the Mic. As soon as you see us, subscribe to our channel. Hit the subscribe button. Take your finger, hit the subscribe button. Sorry. That was my karma right there.
What did we just say about COVID, Maynard? See, we got to take care of ourselves. We got to take our elderberry, take the sea moss, get the oranges and smell them for 75 hours, all that.
Anyway,
Yo,
hit the subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to us on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/3 Black Guys with the Mic. Rate and review us on iTunes. That's extremely important. That's how we continue to grow this podcast. So make sure you rate and review us on iTunes as well. We will do it again next week. Maynard, you wanted to say something?
Yo, remember we got the Dr. Cynthia McKinney interview that's out on all platforms as well, and we have special guests coming up later this week. So tune in. That's live on Thursday?
Yeah.
See a Moon on Thursday. Make sure you check us out on Thursday to see that.
See a Moon of Love and Hip Hop, among other things.
Yeah. All right. Have a fantastic week, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk to you again on Thursday. Go to 3blackguyswiththemic.com. Get us everywhere on all. Share this. As soon as this episode is done, click the share. Have a watch party. Whatever you got to do, but share this episode. We truly appreciate that.
Send it to your mama.
Not your mama, Maynard.
You know your mama got a big mouth. She gonna tell everybody.
Oh, Jesus is real. What do you mean?
Oh, we ain't got to look. We ain't got time for that one. We ain't got time to get into a Sky Daddy conversation.
You got quiet. What do you mean? What?
You gonna get us in trouble with Danielle Nicole Scott because she and Sky Daddy got a special relationship.
Jesus is real. Can somebody hit the end button or say goodbye?